All right. I said all right! I've heard your begging. We are going to do VR in BeamNG. Now, this is something I've tried before. Previously, I'd used a program called Vorpix, which has always been a bit of a struggle for me. It's not a great program, especially it's not really compatible with Windows mixed reality headsets. Now, I want to say one thing. These VR headsets are not the best on the market. Not even, to be honest, really that close. But they do one thing amazingly. They take so little resources compared to every other headset that I'm confident that this will be able to take BeamNG and also run VR nicely. Hopefully. Now, how do I turn on VR? Apparently it's toggleable. Virtual reality. Control numpad 0, and then to center it is control numpad 5. Alright. Control numpad 0. VR is in early access and experimental. Please check these notes before diving in. Requirement: Vulkan mode is required, available for the launcher. And then requirements: Windows mixed reality headsets do not support Vulkan directly. Use this usual fix. Of course. Okay, well, I mean, that's not too bad. We'll just use Steam VR, apparently. Okay, I understand. Control 0. Numpad 0. Oh, Steam VR is doing something. Yes, okay. Okay, oh, that frame rate is terrible. And I feel very woozy. I'm not going to be able to do this very long. The intro section is going to be a lot longer than the normal section. So let's go like first person. Oh, this is horrible. I hate this. Editor, if you could stretch and switch the screen to fit properly, that'd be great. I feel as if this needs to be squished inwards. So let's use relative, because apparently that's the one to use to get you into where you need to be. I don't know if there's a proper way to fix this. Okay. And now that I know I don't need controllers, I can bring the microphone a bit closer to my face. Okay. Driving around in my automobile. You know what? I kind of want to break out the wheel for this, but let's see what it's like to drive initially. You know what? Even though we're in the default vehicle, this is already feeling pretty darn cool. And one of the best things about VR and why I feel that it's slept on in racing games is the fact that you can just turn your head and look where you're going. Which, if you're trying to look for an apex, so then your vehicle will go towards where you're looking, that is so important, especially if you've got like a narrow screen or something like that. Oh, that's great. I mean, I could go like the Pigeon, but I am more fond of the Widgeon. But I also just want to go completely brutal, balls to the wall, so I think I'm going to try the car which has always bested me. That looks to be fairly centered up, except my hands are nowhere near the... let's see, if that's kind of lined up. I need to go down a little bit more. This is cool, being able to line up my wheel like this. Okay. Okay, apparently I don't have my wheel set up in a very particularly good place, because this should have a sunroof. That's great. Alright, you know what? Let's move down just a smidge, and I think we're good there. And I'll just pretend. My brain can do the cognitive dissonance. I'm sorry also, editor, you're gonna have to be like dealing with this microphone. Like being in the wrong places. Okay. I feel instantly, oh god. Something just happened, I can't actually read it, it's too low of a resolution. Being able to see the RPM gauge like that just so smoothly, great. I think, over rev damage, okay. I'm gonna switch down a gear, drop a cog. Oh, bro. I tried VR out, it was garbage, and I also thought at the time, this game just probably won't ever be able to support it. I tried to look into BeamNG Lua coding to see what it would take to place an extra camera, and I was gonna do something like that at some point, but I couldn't find anything about camera placement, and I think it's because previously, or at least when I looked, it wasn't possible. Damn it. Oh dear. But now that I'm actually in here, and I'm getting pretty decent frame rate, on this map at least, I'm guessing it depends on the map. I also think I have graphics setting turned up like really high. This is fun. This is great. I'm guessing also with the screen squished, the RPM gauge is going to look particularly weird for you guys. But you know what? That's fine. Oh, you know what I could do? I can go in Alt-U. Oh, you know what? Now that I can't see the normal RPM gauge, it is forcing me to focus on the in-game gauge. And I just had a bit of a quick look. It's beautiful. I don't think I've ever looked at the gauges really that much before. I'm loving this. I remember I did something a while ago where, oh yeah, it was the 3D scanned map from somebody's like neighborhood that had been this ported from a set of courses to BeamNG. And I remember looking at that thinking, the navigation is such a problem. And then everyone was saying in the comments, Phil, you numbskull, there's navigation inside of the vehicle. So I really should have just used that. But I didn't know, because I've never really looked at interiors. They've never really been a thing. And I think VR is one of those things that really brings that up for me. Oh god, okay, well looking for my apex there didn't really help. Now I don't usually do first person in BeamNG, unless I'm in the sim rig, because it doesn't really do well for videos, because a lot of people like to look at the car, but you can't really look at a car whilst you're in it, which brings up the Top Gear argument of, I think they were doing like sedan, sporty supercar sort of things. There was like the Aston Martin, the Maserati, and the Porsche, and they said something along the lines akin to, you know what, the Porsche is the best one to be in because you don't have to look at it and you get to look at the other cars.
It's the only thing that brightens my day, knowing that you've got to look at it and I haven't. I'm stuck in... No, there's his reflection. Oh, God, it's hideous.
Now there's too much front bias. Just understeered, under braking. Okay. Ugh. That actually looks really cool in VR. Being able to see like the damage I've dealt like that. Oh, bruh. If I didn't make videos in BeamNG, I would totally play this in VR a lot. But yeah, VR videos, oh, some sort of frame like that. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that's too damaged. Let's quickly repair. Pretend that never happened. What was I saying? Oh yeah, VR content doesn't do particularly great on YouTube, mostly because for a lot of people it causes motion sickness. I don't mind that this video doesn't get as many views because of people's disinterest in VR. But for what I want to do in BeamNG, this is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, actually, when I play on my own time, I may do this occasionally. You know what? I also recently started up a Kick channel over on Kick, you know, the gambling website, whatever. I thought I would try it out a little bit. I'm going to maybe play a little bit of this over there at some point. I've been thinking about doing some more streams that wouldn't do well on YouTube. I don't want to hurt the analytics. And I don't know, I'm just not feeling Twitch at the moment. So I'm going to go over to Kick. I'll put a link in the description to my Kick. And I may do things there. I may also do some project cars too. I really though want to try out Automobilista 2, which is on the same game engine but apparently heavily modified. We'll be doing that a bit over there. Oh, not quite enough front downforce. And yeah, that'll be absolute blast. Oh, locked up those front tires. No turn-a-rooney. Okay, brake balance on this thing is very dependent on many different things. Fantastic though. Devs, once again, knocked it out of the park! Shit! Well, something which I feel has been slept on in BeamNG is VR. And you know what also has been slept on? You hitting the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. For the rest of you though, I would like to thank my channel members, and that specifically includes the Rogue Tick, the Crown Priest, for being a top tier channel member. For the rest of you though, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.